You can do way more than you currently are, and you know it. Roughly 600 years ago, the Renaissance started in Italy. During this time, some of the greatest minds on the planet became experts within multiple disciplines. They revolutionized our understanding of the world that we exist in. Art, science, philosophy, and mathematics were changed forever. Despite having a fraction of the resources that we have today, creators such as Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci balanced and thrived in multiple domains. Michelangelo was known as one of the greatest sculptors, but when asked to paint the Sistine Chapel, he quickly adapted and expanded his skill set to perfect some of the most beautiful frescoes known to man. Da Vinci was not only a well-known artist, but he was responsible for many engineering concepts that led to future inventions, such as a parachute and a helicopter. The printing press was just being introduced and information traveled far slower than it does today. With these constraints, they were still able to make art and inventions that rival anything that we're able to produce today. So how is this the case? If people were able to thrive so much 600 years ago, then why do we see so many issues today? In this video, I'm going to reveal how we're in a modern day renaissance called the digital renaissance and how I quit my job to join it. And after this video, hopefully you can become a modern day polymath too. Let me know in the comments some skills that you found valuable to master. A polymath is a term that was developed to describe a Renaissance man. Being a polymath means that you're an individual who has a wide range of expertise in different fields. Becoming a master of physical fitness, engineering, art, and psychology are all possible in the modern day as it was 600 years ago. It should be even easier now with the abundant resources that we have at our disposal, and yet everywhere you look, there are people who claim that they have no skills at all. The reason that so many of us are not polymaths and struggle to even master one discipline is clear, but no one wants to talk about it. We're all too distracted. With all the information that does exist on the internet, we overwhelm ourselves and consume it mindlessly. We never get clear on what it is that we want to learn and just allow the algorithms to feed us some mindless garbage to put us in a state of comfort. This is the greatest obstacle facing our generation. All the tools to succeed exist, but without a system, a structure in place to direct your focus, you become absorbed by the chaos of the internet. Thankfully for you, today is your first step in strategically seeking out information which will help you balance yourself as a creator. I've made a lot of assumptions so far. One of the largest being that you want to be a creator. I'd argue that being a creator is equivalent to being a human being. And by a creator, I don't necessarily mean a content creator, but by saying that you don't want to create, you're forfeiting some of the most powerful human traits that you have. I want to put an end to the limiting belief that you're not creative. When you say something like, I'm not creative, or I don't have any original ideas, what do you really mean by that? At its root, life is about creation. When you consume food, your digestive system breaks it down into the building blocks that ultimately become your body. When you absorb information, you use it as a reference point to create a new action. In order for life to perpetuate, you must create something. What we've all been guilty of at one point or another is just being a recycler. Being a recycler means that you just pump in and out garbage from what you've heard from others. If you find yourself doing this often, then you're right, you're not creative. But that doesn't mean that you don't have the ability to become creative. I truly believe that there are not any people with special creative gifts. They just have built the skill of connecting with a part of their humanity which we all have. To me, creativity is simply combining many different sources of information into something novel and useful with your specific touch on it. By creating something new, you've done so through your lens. As long as you don't blatantly copy another individual, your piece of work is a reflection of your experience. When we see successful artists like Kendrick Lamar, Tupac, Nas, or Frank Ocean, we gravitate to their art because of how authentic it feels to them as an artist. The same can be true for yourself once you learn to eliminate distractions and define the type of art that you want to create. It doesn't have to be music, it can be literally anything. An engineer building the next generation Ferrari is creating art. A writer working on his next book is an artistic act. If you want to design a video game or a new clothing line, these are all artistic expressions. Tying this back to the main theme of this video, you don't have to subject yourself to just one of these avenues. If you look at someone like Kanye West, he's a modern day polymath. He's creatively expressed himself in music, fashion, and even engineering through devices like the STEM player. He's in touch with his creative side and can narrow his focus upon a discipline that he cares about. The same can be true for you as soon as you define what it is that you care about and learn to eliminate the distractions which pull you into consumption and not production. Kanye couldn't have released his masterpiece, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, if he was on Instagram for 3 hours a day. At the end of the day, this all relates to a common theme that we'd like to push here at Pscyence. You must consume with intention if you want to build something that you're proud of. In this digital age, it's impossible to live in a non-consumptionary life. All that we promote is when you're in the mood to consume, you have to do so with an intention for what you desire to learn. By following your curiosities and consuming information that's in alignment with your interests, you can then retrieve the inspiration to go produce something. This is all that we do at this page. By reading books, watching movies, listening to music, and watching YouTube videos, we draw inspiration as to what we want to make content out of. The entire article was drawn out of an inspiration that our co-founder Corey retrieved when he was in Europe a few months ago. I gained the inspiration for myself when I couldn't stand going into a job that I hated every day doing menial tasks that didn't challenge me or allow me to create. So when I started interviewing for other roles and was asked about my accomplishments or skills, I felt myself scrambling to find an answer. Yes, I graduated college near the top of my class and played sports and participated in extracurriculars, but what if I created or built? The answer was nearly nothing. I'd spent far too long swallowed up by the digital age in my phone, normally with screen times of 5 hours plus. I was lost at sea, being pulled by the incredible tools of our age and wasn't taking advantage of them at all. I decided that I had enough of wasting 9 hours a day because with all of my current obligations that I had, I only had about 2 hours a day to actually do anything meaningful with my life. So when Corey introduced this idea of being a modern day polymath to me, I realized that I trapped myself and now had little time each day to master a domain. So I was faced with a choice: continue to waste away for most of my day and use the 2 hours to build real skills and actually create and eventually have enough credibility to be accepted to jobs that I was actually interested in, or quit and get my time back. Even if it didn't make complete financial sense, I knew that if I quit my job where I was miserable, I would be able to accomplish as much in 1 week as I would in a month with my job. I'm not saying that everyone has to quit their job if they hate it. What I'm saying is that the digital renaissance is here right now, and we have to go to take advantage of it. Let's leverage the powerful tools of the internet, artificial intelligence, and softwares that enhance your creative abilities to master something. The tools that we have today should multiply our creation instead of subtract from it. Like I was saying earlier, it's all about being intentional with how you use it. You have to separate the noise from the signal. And not only that, but when you consume good, valuable content like this, do something with it. Don't just click on the next video, get a notebook out or get your laptop out and jot down ideas or practical takeaways and action items that you can build yourself with. I know I told you a little late in this video to do it, so let me recap for you. About 600 years ago, there was a revival of art called the Renaissance. We're experiencing a digital renaissance right now. Think about it. About 20 years ago, the World Wide Web was created, and now there's a software for everything that you can imagine and AI to help you with everything. The next key point is that we have to resist having our attention sucked away by things that waste our time and give ourselves time to create. I recommend that you start with at least 30 minutes a day where you schedule time to create something or master a skill. Do it today. And lastly, if you're stuck doing something miserable, dedicate time to building the skills to get out of it. Let's become a modern day polymath together. Hit the like and subscribe button if you like this video and comment what you aspire to master. Thanks for watching.